Fuck out, you know. See man, them man not take on the work, you know. Look how much bumbo clad Chinese. Me not see no black man there to work, brother. Look here. Look how much Chinese I work. I don't get fucked.
Wagwan Jamaicans, and once again welcome back to the Yardy Reactions. If it is for the first time you're checking me out, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel, and to my returning subscribers, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Whereby today, guys, on to this video we focus again on Chinese. Antobaiti said that the Chinese are being forced out of Jamaica mainly because of a couple of reasons, and yeah, seemingly the Jamaicans are tired of Chinese, you know, trying to rule them. So watch this entire video to the end and I'll be back with more.
If you come in a wholesale and you can't read, that's alright. Me help you. Right? But you see, if you can't read and you go on like you can read, at them time there you look like fool. Let me give you an example with the things that me have to deal with at the time. One lady come in here and ask me the germs lotion. Germs lotion. And then when me ask her, germs lotion, miss? I don't know, germs lotion, that one there up there, so. I don't have no problem when people dance, you know. But how you fit dance and have attitude with it? And that me not get. How? That don't make no sense.
Because we suffer every day. Can you imagine? We have been here for centuries and we're still lagging around. If we to start a business in Jamaica, it's one of the hardest things to start a business. While the Chinaman come from China, come to Jamaica, start a business, non-tax for 5 years. And by the time the 5 years come when he start pay tax, he making cousin and he never and he uncle come and him gone. So, and listen, this have been happening for centuries. So this have nothing to do with PNP or JLP. And you know, at the end of the day, none of them no want to fix it because all of them want us to, the black man.
I don't like the way in which the Jamaican government has allowed the Chinese to come in and take over. I believe they own the major port there. I believe that the Jamaican government has given them lands in exchange for services. I believe they built at least one hospital there, a couple of schools. They had constructed a north-south highway or northwest highway that connects one part of the island to the other, so you don't have to drive all the way around to get there, which was necessary. But from what I read, in exchange for them building the highway, the Jamaican government has allowed them to keep, I believe, nearly all of the toll fees on that highway for a certain amount of years. We're giving up too much to get too little. And what bothers me the most about, you know, Jamaica, they are the most Pan-Africanist and the most unapologetic of the Caribbean islands. And so if China can take Jamaica, taking the rest of the Caribbean won't be that difficult. You know,
Jamaicans aren't only being pushed out of their beaches, but gradually they're being pushed out of business. Check this out.
Chinese mechanics in Jamaica should go 20-30 cars a day like clockwork, while Jamaican mechanics, they carry stuck in the garage sometime for a whole week. But how did the Chinese get here? How did they set up shop so fast right in front of our eyes? Listen, foreigners are coming in, buying land, running businesses, owning Jamaica, and we're becoming visitors in our own land. Just like some places in Africa where people now work for foreigners in their own country. Sooner or later, the Chinese going to control the parts distribution and shut us out.
I already think it's too late for Jamaicans. And the reason why I say that, because back in 2015, Jamaica signed an agreement with China, allowing China to control one of their biggest and most important ports for 30 years. And that's the port of Kingston. So China dictates what goes into Jamaica and what goes out of Jamaica. So I'm pretty sure all these Chinese business owners already have a connection with distributors in China. So they have direct contact with the distributors when it comes to supplies and keeping their stores in stock. So as you gradually see Chinese businesses pop up, you see less Jamaican businesses. So Jamaicans are gradually becoming workers for foreigners. And who allows another country to control your ports, allow what comes in and outside of your country. Like I said, it's already a wrap, at least for 30 years.
So everyone has been asking how the Chinese mechanics got into Jamaica. Well, here are the facts. Did you know that in 2015, Jamaica signed away the Kingston Freeport, our main port, our lifeline to China, who has full control for 30 years? Now they control what comes in and they control what goes out. That's why the Chinese mechanics and other companies move the way they want. No one to answer to. No real checks. No oversight. They run the port, they hold the gate. Why do you think it's after the fact Pika stepped in? Because they don't even know what's going on. But somebody know. Because when it comes to these little things, don't think you can think on the same level you were programmed to think on. You have to change your frequency sometimes. And we're standing on the outside of our own house. We can't even act like we never know. Listen, we will never get out of slavery. Because a nation that can't even control its own port is a nation already conquered.
Begin, please.
Jamaican construction worker. How you stay so? Why you not overcharge the people them? Me come for the labourer them, and who me come to talk to right now, the labourer. $5,000 a day family for one labourer. Talking God truth now. $5,000 a day and you are not trade man. And that you put on the price to you a thief. And watch this now, no? No for you know thing you come on the site and do. A smoke and drink beer rum. Because in Jamaica, you have a thing. If rum not up on the site, you don't want to work on it. But you not pay you $5,000 a day if you drink rum and smoke cushy all day. Nobody now do them things the family. Because you have to look in on yourself and change up some things while go on a yard. You know mad? $5,000 a day for one labourer. You have to start from 8 to 5. You reach till almost 9 o'clock. You have to get 1 hour lunch break. And enough of you lunch break go to 2 hours. When you left 5 o'clock in the evening, you start draw at 4 o'clock. And you want $5,000 a day. You know mad. You see, the Chinese them are beat on nobody. Because the Chinese them I take $3,000 a day. Up what the place name again? Here in a crossroad there, so them have a construction company. The Chinese them. $3,000 a day them we take for labourer. And when them come for your work, them not smoke. Them not ask if you not rum. If them come 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock them did a sharp. If them left 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. If them take 1 hour lunch break, at 1 hour lunch break them at 10. But you no want charge $5,000 and then you want to take 2 hour lunch break, come late, do one bag of foolishness for the time and expect people to give you $5,000. You have to stop it. The trade man them done a bit too bad already and you come take up that dirty habit there. $5,000 for one labourer, you come sit down and smoke and drink special for your site. Mad or no mad man. The Chinese go and beat on the bad with that $3,000 there where them come with. You know a flap on yourself. You know a flap on yourself. A master builder need to drop something to try to help the people them where build. Because enough of them mason and trade man here don't want to see people build. Because enough of them can't build. Them bad mind. About $5,000 a day. On the move and go on a thief like.
Which I love.
I have a question for Andrew Holness, Kamina J. Smith, and Dr. Horace Chan. As a Jamaican, I'm really concerned, and I just want to express myself, and maybe other Jamaicans feel the same way. In Jamaica, we have over 76,000 Chinese living there, whether they are Chinese descendants or recently migrated to Jamaica, right? Boom. Chinese are able to work in our country, have businesses for over 5 years without paying taxes, while Jamaican people or Jamaican new entrepreneurs who start businesses have to pay taxes off rip. First of all, they can't even get funding to start a business, much less. Now, what the Chinese them do is once you reach 5 years, they just call down another family member and put the business in their name, and the process continues and they don't pay taxes, right? But that's not really why I'm here. I'm here because I realize that even as Jamaicans, we need a visa to go to China. But check this out. Chinese don't need a visa to come to Jamaica. That is unfair. To me, that's all ridiculous. You know how much Jamaicans would love to go to China for whatever reasons, whether short stay, business, or pleasure, like there gotta be some type of renegotiation. This is 2025, not 1865. So Andrew Holness, Dr. Horace Chang, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kamina J. Smith, my namesake, please, me I beg you, look into this. Think about it as a politician. Me and have the education I uno have now. Zane, me don't know a doctor and them thing. I'm just a regular Jamaican. We have sense and common sense. So, uno tell me the scholars, if that makes sense. Uno really need to do something about that. Do something about all of these countries where can come to our country and all these things and all get all these easy access to things. But Jamaicans have to struggle so much. Enough fear. Do something about that.
Just without the chain.
Something really wrong is going on in Kingston and St. Andrew. There is a set of people that don't care about community building, that don't care about families, that don't care about community, and they only care about making money. If you haven't been to Kingston and St. Andrew in a while, you can't be in a one street and you don't see one apartment building. Now, some of these apartment buildings are well positioned. Some of them make sense, right? In the corporate area and all them thing there. But when you spread out a little bit out and you go into the communities them, when you see mom and pop home with them little backyard and thing, and right beside them yard is one tall rotted building that don't make no sense. The people them they upstairs looking at you downstairs hanging your panty on the clothesline. Between you, one big building sandwiched in the middle of two homes, of two family homes. So now imagine me now having a beautiful day today. As me leave me yard, what that me see right beside my gate? What is that me see right beside my gate? One sign that say intention to build apartment units. Now, if you don't know me or if you don't follow me, if you never watch my video them, please go watch them. Me live in the bush. Me live in some hill bush. Me live in the bush. This empty lot is between me and my two neighbors. So this apartment building would be sandwiched between three family homes, that which privacy will be completely destroyed, which there is no road to go up there, so because don't see me take cooking oil go try fix up the road there. Them want carry people go up there in an apartment and the place don't have no road. There's no road go up there. The place far up in the hills. Which apartment gonna keep up there, so right? Now you tell me now, why will you want to disturb? First of all, you know, come in and cut off the wall of the trees them. You know, deforest the place. The birds didn't know what to do with themselves. And now, you know, come in with sign that say, you know, I put up apartment building in a tiny, because I want like a tiny lot in the middle of the bush, sandwiched in between two family homes. I don't care if people are going to go up this or not. I don't care if it has a good point of sell or not. All I care about is the fact that Uno are destroying Jamaica. Uno are destroying Jamaican communities. Uno are destroying Jamaican communities, because even sometimes when Uno don't get the old dilapidated house to buy and tear down and put Uno in thinking apartment mashes box in the sky, so all Uno do a scam people with a little mashes box in the sky. It's not, and I'm not talking about this because it born me and it affect me now. I have spoken about this plenty of time before, because there's a place for everything. Ambush sandwich between three family home is not a place for an apartment building. To all the contractors out there, I'm not saying to stop doing business. I am saying to do consciously, respectfully, with ethic. You don't need to have ethic. There is a place for everything. A community, a neighborhood is not a place for an apartment complex. Uno sick in uno head. You see the place where I show that where they white bones in a Constant Spring? Uno can put apartment building there, so there's no family home. It's a commercial place. Uno very well uno put an apartment building over there, so you understand what I say? A community, a street where kids play in the street and families jog out there and cows roam around the place. It's not the place for an apartment building. Don't be so greedy. Why you want to be so unethical? And build a skyscraper to sell matches boxing at the skies, which by the way most likely are going to just sit down there, so because there is a overstock in a town. Me don't know who. If people know I buy it down, yes, on a Kingston 6, Kingston 8, Kingston 10, who is going to go buy apartment in the bush? Just have a little conscience, please. And for those of you who are not contractors, whenever you can, please raise your voice. Please raise your voice, because these buildings, these apartment buildings, are destroying communities, families. They are pricing out families. A family that could have purchased that land to be their family home were priced out by a developer. Thank you so much for watching.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you have watched this entire video to the end and you have heard whatever is happening onto this video. Just as I told you, the Chinese are being forced out of Jamaica, and as we know a large percentage of the Chinese in Jamaica are the investors in Jamaica. So why are they being forced out of Jamaica? Mainly because it was realized that these Chinese are working tax-free in Jamaica, you know. And another thing is that these Chinese are the ones whom are owning large businesses in them, and some of them are behaving, you know, in some way, kind of a manner that they don't want to socialize themselves with blacks, and those are the Jamaicans that we are talking about, despite of Jamaica having different races in them. And that's why we usually call it a non-race country. It consists of the Chinese Jamaicans, Indian Jamaicans, white Jamaicans, and the black Jamaicans. But onto it, these Chinese, some of them who own large businesses, the hotels, you know, some of them don't want to socialize with black people. Some of them don't want to hire black people, or even wanting black people onto their premises. And so these are the main reasons why the Jamaicans are becoming more angry and furious about the Chinese living in Jamaica, despite of them have helped Jamaica in a lot of ways when it comes to infrastructure and things of the sort. You know, like the economy of Jamaica has been brought onto a standard level with the Chinese because of the Chinese great mentality. And as it is said, the historical waves of immigration were driven by intense socio-economic tension, political stability, and crime. And by one of the key points onto these, you know, discussion is the social and economic backlash, whereby early 20th century, the early rise of Chinese Jamaican retail and grocery business caused xenophobic unrest. You know, locals perceived the economic success as a threat, which resulted in looting, riots, and violence in the 1930s. Just if you might want to know a little bit of the history about the Chinese Jamaicans, yeah. And we have got the political turmoil in the 1970s, and during the 1970s, Prime Minister Michael Manley's implementation of wealth redistribution policies and socialist ideologies caused extreme economic instability. Fearing for their safety and facing government-led destabilization, thousands of Chinese Jamaicans immigrated to North America. And again, we got the modern security concerns, whereby while new waves of Chinese immigrants arrived to work in construction and wholesale, many have since left for places like Florida. Reports indicate that high crime rates, local extortion, safety concerns, and feelings of not being welcomed motivate these departures, and that's something that we can talk about the Chinese Jamaicans in Jamaica. And for it, the Chinese Jamaicans are being affected by this mainly because it's not all of the Chinese in Jamaica that are causing this. As I told you, we usually have got two different types of Chinese. We have got the foreign Chinese and the Chinese Jamaican whom live in Jamaica. And again, it is said that these Chinese Jamaicans, even their ancestral came from Jamaica, and that's why they live in Jamaica. But in other case, we have got the Chinese whom are foreigners, whom usually come to Jamaica so as they can work for a span of 5 years, then later on leave. And the thing that hurts Jamaicans about this case is that they are working tax-free, and some of them, they don't want to work with the Jamaicans. And it's so much painful, mainly because you're coming onto our land, but you want to come with your own rules, mainly because the government has given you access, and like you have got like a power in you, and the government is just allowing that. So the Jamaicans are angry, they want the Chinese out. And yeah, that's why on to the first video you have seen the Chinese like they are leaving the site or something of the sort, claiming that they are being forced out of Jamaica. So guys, I need to know what you think about this amazing video. Let's come around, share our thoughts through the comment section so we can get to interact and know what you think, and mainly because your opinion does matters to us. Thank you very much guys for following up the video with me. I was your host, the React. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Always remember to link me up through my next videos. All I do want to say is peace out there.